Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of the Survivor 22 finale.
I love finales because we get to wear these. All right, so it's down to Rob, Natalie, Ashley, Philip, and the Redemption Gang.
The whole Redemption Gang of like 4 people.
Exactly.
All right, so speaking of redemption, Matt loves it. Like, he doesn't want to leave.
No, because I can't blame him. I mean, it got him closer to God. He had a lot of time out there to reflect and everything. It must have been wonderful for him. I mean, it's life-changing, really. So it's the final duel.
It's the final duel. All right, so one person is going to walk away from this duel re-entering the game.
Right.
And the other 3 are out.
It was a genius challenge. It was an endurance seesaw with a vase on the end. And
you had to balance the vase with your foot.
Yeah. And after 40 minutes, Grant was the first one out. It was very simple, but it was a real killer because I could just visualize the cramps happening.
So
1
then
hour.
Mr. Redemption himself, Matt, was out after 1 hour.
Right. Then it came down to Mike and Andrea. And it really was a girls' challenge because girls really do have better balance than guys. Although Mike has really proved himself in previous endurance challenges. But Andrea wins, and she's back in the game. And she's a real underdog.
She's a real biatch, too. Sorry. Well, so she went back to camp and told everyone that the jury said they were going to vote for Philip.
Right. And
just to, like, stir up some stuff.
She's stirring the pot. I mean, come on, it's Survivor.
Yeah.
So Rob and Philip want Andrea out because that's the logical choice.
It is.
So it's immunity challenge time, and here's another girls' challenge. It was the balance beam one. Everybody knows that girls have better balance than guys, and they traditionally do better on the balance beam challenges. So you had to collect 4 puzzle bags with tiles from 1 to 100 and put them in order in your little tile holder. So it basically, the whole challenge, it was a 3-way tie. It was Ashley, Andrea, and Rob.
But of course, Ashley had to win.
I could not stand Ashley almost the entire game.
So frustrating.
Right. So Rob realizes that Andrea's got to go because he can't send home Ashley. That's the only other one he really wants out. Mm-hmm. So Philip totally rats out Ashley and Natalie, and Rob is like, should I worry about this? Nah, whatever. I'm not going to play the idol.
Yeah.
So at Tribal Council, it's basically down to Andrea or Rob. And I didn't know this until the tell-all at the end, but they actually knew that Rob had the idol because he told them, which made sense why they all voted to get rid of Andrea.
They're really dumb for not trying to get rid of Rob.
Right, but, you know, they had to show their solidarity with Rob anyway, and it would have been fruitless anyhow because he had the idol, so that explains that.
Yeah, so after acting like he wasn't going to play it, he did because he was like, oh, my mom always told me, like, better safe than sorry. So Rob played the hidden immunity idol, and Andrea was voted out anyway.
That's right. So now it's the final immunity challenge, and it's a maze. This was a really good maze. Really good maze. You had to get 4 puzzle bags from 4 different stations, and it was a word puzzle at the end. And it was a lot harder than it looked because when they showed the example, it seemed really simple. But it wasn't. Yeah, so it basically came down to Rob and Ashley.
Yeah, because she was following him through the maze.
Exactly. And then they were like, let's work together. Why would you work together? That's so stupid.
They totally weren't, though. Like, they just kept saying, like, I don't have anything yet. I don't have anything. And they had, like, 2 of the 3 words, or 2 of the 4 words.
Rob pulled that one out of his ass.
I was nervous.
Only you are safe. Rob, you win. So you're going to the final 3. So he tries to convince Natalie to get rid of Ashley because he wants to keep Philip around because Philip, come on, nobody's going to vote for him.
And Natalie's like, I don't know, I'm 19.
So at Tribal Council, Probst in his Probsting style, Rob, who are you going to take with you? Well, let's leave that up to the vote. Ashley pretty much sunk her own boat because she's like, I think I can win. I think I can beat these guys. And I saw Rob look over at Natalie, basically like, bitch. So yeah, they voted her out.
Thank God.
So it's the finale feast. I love when they have that. They have big breakfast with the eggs and the the fresh baked goods and everything.
And to celebrate, Philip threw out his skanky panties.
Those were the bane of everyone's existence on Survivor
His junk
and
was
everyone
exposed
watching.
like 50% of all the time.
Plus, they were faded to hell. Come on. When you go on Survivor, we don't need to go over this again, but you buy new underwear, okay? You don't wear this underwear from the year of the flood.
Yeah.
For crying out loud.
At least, get a fresh pair to start off with.
Exactly. So it's tribal time, and, they make their pleadings. Natalie wants to win because she's young. That was the worst argument I have ever heard. Philip, he's an undercover specialist.
I'm an undercover specialist.
And Rob, he actually played the game, guys, so.
Makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Ashley and Andrea were super bitches.
Their little questions were ridiculous.
And they were very little. All right, so Natalie, apparently she came off as the creepy coattail rider.
Okay.
Philip was insane.
And Rob basically controlled everything.
So, who would you vote for? Well, let's go to New York City and find out. It's Rob. I think he got everybody's vote except for one Randy vote for Philip. Apparently, no one likes a coattail rider. Unless it's someone else. But they don't like a 19-year-old coattail rider.
Well, I was really happy for Rob because I've been a fan for years.
Me too.
So.
I wasn't a fan in his original season, but after that I kind of was. And now I really am. So it's strategy time. His whole thing was he wanted to play with everyone. That didn't sound right. He wanted them to play with him. That still is not right.
Just stop. Okay,
right.
So Jeff found it necessary to address the
fact that Grant's a big baby and he doesn't realize
between
it's
Grant
a game.
and Rob. Because apparently they started talking after the show ended, but then
3 episodes in.
3 episodes into the
Kinda
airing,
fell apart.
Grant would not return Rob's phone calls or texts.
That's so sad. It's a game, Grant. Come on. Grow up.
Come on.
Probst admired Rob's game because he said it was the most perfectest game he'd ever seen. As close to perfection as he'd ever seen in 22 seasons. And I have
Jeff,
to agree.
I always love hearing your opinion. Don't listen to those other people.
Yeah. So Matt, Matt had a little awakening, a little epiphany. Following your heart doesn't mean that you ignore reasoning and logic.
Yeah.
It's
That's
pretty
kind
true.
of important.
I liked his haircut. The whole Jesus thing with the big black socks wasn't working for me on the show. I really like his new look. It's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Andrea, is he going out with her? Not really.
really.
No. I think it was more of a lusty thing. And
I don't see how they could be together when she's such a biatch and he's so
religious?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Mike, represent. God bless the troops. That's all I got to say. Russell, Probst has a little Freudian slip and calls him Philip.
Looks
which
like
was pretty
Russell
cool.
was sitting there with his tail between his legs.
Pretty much, and a tear coming out of his nose and his eye.
Not coming out of his nose.
Well, I'd like to think it was a little nose tear. Will he play again? Yeah, he will.
Basically, he said he would.
Right. Now let's talk about Philip, because he's pretty much everybody's favorite. A lot of people that have heard, comment and everything, Philip is the best. He's the specialist. Did he play with integrity? He thinks so. I don't think so, because he impersonated a crazy person. He apologizes to Steve for the whole race thing. That was really out of line. And I'm going to have to agree, Philip, I accept your apology as well. A federal agent? Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
They had his boss
confirmed
there.
it.
That's right.
That wasn't his boss.
Oh, it wasn't? It was just another federal
Were
agent?
you watching?
No.
It was someone he went to training with.
Okay. So yeah, it's time for the sprint player of the game, and it's a $100,000 winner, and it came down between Boston Rob and Matt. And I was pretty sure it was going to be Matt.
I didn't know what you were talking about. You didn't even think Boston Rob was going to be in the running.
I didn't even think he was going to be in the running.
I was like, it's Boston Rob.
Because I've seen a lot of people leave comments like they didn't think, they was sick of Boston Rob and they didn't think he'd really deserve to win or anything. And I thought those people were a little bit delusional, but I didn't see him winning the, the sprint player of the game. I thought
he did.
It was either going to go to Philip or Rob, or not Rob, Philip or Matt. But it was Rob, so congratulations, Rob. I'm pretty happy about that. Now, little love affair going on. A great one? I don't think so. David has been dating Caroline from Tocantins. And if I remember correctly, wasn't she like the first one that was thrown off of
I don't remember
Tocantins?
her.
Exactly, because I'm pretty sure she was the first one thrown off. And she was all like, you blindsided me. What's going on, F? And then they had to bleep out a lot there.
You didn't even say what happened.
Well,
That's kind of a big deal. Yeah, so he asked her to marry him.
Right. I'm sorry.
You kind of left that part out.
In my mind, I knew it had happened, but you guys can't read my mind, so it didn't come across. But it was like he almost didn't want to do it because
No, I think that was just the setup.
him.
That was the setup.
She was pretty shocked, and I don't think it's going to be a yes down the road. I think it was a bachelorette switcheroo.
They just started dating, he said, after the show ended.
Yeah.
Which was like a couple
few
months ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't seem to be like, yes, yes, yes.
Amber was just staring at her like,
What's wrong with you? Don't you dare
Yeah.
embarrass him. Just accept it now and then later on be like, nah, I didn't think it was going to work out.
Before we wrap this up, did you guys notice that a little celeb in the audience, Derek from Step Brothers, and he's also on Parks and Rec, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I don't know his real name, but I love that guy. I love him.
He's freaking everywhere right now. All right, so season 23. Can you believe it? 23 freaking seasons of Survivor. And you've probably been there for almost all of them. Redemption Island is back. I have to say I really like the Redemption Island twist. I think it's good
kinda
because
cool.
yeah. Again though, they're gonna beat the 2 returning players thing to death. I don't know if I would have gone with that again, but I guess since the whole redemption theme, they're gonna have to bring somebody back or 2 people back. 16 castaways in the South Pacific.
Ooh.
I have to say I'm liking it. So kids, thanks for watching this season, and until next season, much love.